The European domestic season is done, leaving us with just the World Cup to watch before a bleak and depressing 1 month without any competitive football whatsoever. What am I supposed to do then? Watch bloody cricket? But fear not, the transfer window is always a good source of entertainment, and I'm not just talking about the madness that is transfer deadline day. In fact, this year could be more entertaining than ever before, with a host of teams, including for the first time in 22 years, an Arsene Wenger-less Arsenal, fam, looking to build a squad capable of challenging this season's runaway champions, Manchester City. I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture Football, and these are 10 world footballers Premier League clubs should sign this summer. Number 10, Leon Bailey. Bayer Leverkusen youngster Leon Bailey is arguably the hottest prospect in German football right now. A lightning-quick winger with dazzling tricks, the 20-year-old has developed an Arjen Robben-like knack of cutting in field and finishing with his left foot. Even though you know what he's going to do, you just can't stop him. Just about every member of the Premier League's Big Six could use an addition of this kind, but on the basis that Jose Mourinho isn't a massive fan of Marcus Rashford or Anthony Martial, because Manchester United seems to make the most sense. Number 9, Christian Pulisic. Shinji Kagawa, Ilkay Gundogan, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and most recently, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Dortmund fans may not like it, but their club is fast becoming one of the leading places for Premier League giants to shop. The most likely player to move from northwest Germany to England this summer is American winger come number 10, Christian Pulisic, a footballing prodigy who is yet to celebrate his 20th birthday despite racking up nearly 100 games at club level. And how much of a failure does that make you feel? Manchester United, potentially in the market for a new creative force amid doubts over Paul Pogba's future, are set to be big admirers. But I wouldn't rule out Liverpool either, particularly if Salah leaves. Number 8, MAURO Icardi. Should he decide to leave the San Siro this summer, Chelsea is perhaps the club where Icardi's services would be most welcome. Their current frontman Alvaro Morata has failed to live up to his price tag so far, and by that I mean he's been shit. And Olivier Giroud at 32 is a short-term solution, if a gorgeous one at that. It will take a massive offer to prize him away from Italy. The West Londoners have the money in theory, but relative to their competition, they really have scaled back their spending over recent years. So who knows? Number 7, Jorginho. At the heart of Napoli's Serie A title challenge this season has been tempo-setting metronome Jorginho, a Brazilian-born midfielder who now plays for Italy after moving to Europe as a young child. Stylistically, the most obvious fit for him in England is Manchester City, whose manager Pep Guardiola lavished praise upon Napoli when the two sides met in the Champions League earlier this campaign. Buttering them up a bit, Pep? You can probably add Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea to his list of potential suitors as well. Pretty much everyone in the top 6 bar Manchester United, whose own boss would rather die than copy that bloke over at the Etihad. Number 6, Julian Draxler. The German international was forever being linked with a move to Arsenal before heading to the French capital in 2017, probably because they offered him Scrooge McDuck levels of money. And although Arsene Wenger will no longer be at the Emirates as of this summer, they need 3 or 4 decent additions to mount a serious title challenge next season. Arsenal Fan TV waits with bated breath. Number 5, Fred. Shakhtar Donetsk have made a killing over recent years from their conveyor belt of brilliant Brazilians, the latest one to catch the eye being the phenomenally named Fred, a diminutive, ball-playing central midfielder. The talk is that Man City are keen on recruiting the 25-year-old as a long-term replacement for fellow countryman Fernandinho, but they could face competition for his signature from their cross-city rivals as Mourinho looks to bolster his squad numbers and plots a more enduring title challenge next season. So I suppose it's over to you, comment section. Which is the better club? Number 4, Antoine Griezmann. Right, by the time this video goes up, Griezmann may well already be a Barcelona player, in which case just sort of skip forward 30 seconds or so. But whilst you can see him lining up alongside Lionel Messi at the Camp Nou, therein lies one of the potential problems with that transfer. Being in the shadow of one of the greatest footballers of all time isn't always fun. Just ask Neymar. Should he favour a more leading role, Griezmann may instead opt to sign for Manchester United. In fact, last summer United were rumoured to be signing him until at the last minute Jose Mourinho pulled out of the transfer, instead opting to sign a more traditional number 9 in Romelu Lukaku. And with Manchester United's record for celebrations, Griezmann should fit right in. Number 3. Gianluigi Donnarumma. The future of 19-year-old goalkeeping whiz Donnarumma appeared to be secured by AC Milan last summer when, after fans threw loads of money at him on the pitch, the club did exactly the same across the negotiating table. But contracts mean about as much as kissing the badge in football these days, and whilst a switch to Turin seems like the most logical solution here, I've been to the San Siro and seen the Ultras. Don't piss them off. Trust me. 2 Premier League heavyweights could be on the lookout for a new keeper this summer. The first is Liverpool, who've been struggling for a couple of years now to nail down a first-choice stopper. And the second is Chelsea, whose number 1, Thibaut Courtois, is apparently angling for a move back to Spain this summer. How about it, boys? Number 2, SERGEJ Milinkovic-Savic. Having hit double figures from midfield this season in Serie A, he's been compared by many observers to a young Paul Pogba. Now, that alone is probably enough to rule out a switch to Manchester United, what with Mourinho having enough trouble with the real Paul Pogba. But Chelsea, on the other hand, could be an option. If not as an outright replacement for struggling £40 million man Bakayoko, then at least as a contingency option should his form not pick up after a full pre-season. Get used to that bench, Ross Barkley. Number 1. Gareth Bale. Despite 3 European titles in 4 seasons and a goal-scoring record of more than a goal every other game in the league, patience is said to be wearing thin with Bale at the Bernabeu due to his proclivity for long spells on the sidelines and apparent inability to learn Spanish. Okay? His injury record, coupled with the fact he turns 29 in July, means that it's probably down to Chelsea and Manchester United to sign Gareth Bale, both of whom just so happen to have players previously courted by the Galacticos in the shape of Eden Hazard and David De Gea. Swap deals, so often mooted in the press, rarely actually materialise in reality, but this summer may well buck the trend. And I can't bloody wait. And that's our list. Did we miss any players out? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And you can even follow us on Twitter here. Thanks for watching. I'm Adam from What Culture Football, and I'll see you soon.